35 laps awaits us here for round 4 of RTG Season 1. 5 Lights of Rain, Canada. Lights of Rain, and Jan Halliday leads away ahead of Angelo D'Ortenzio. Angelo on the outside into turn 1, but can't quite find a move. A brilliant start there by Jan Halliday. As we head our way through the first couple of corners, we have Tamas Kokani looking to try and get past Dylan Warren, I believe, tyre-wise. Dylan is on a hard tyre. Tamas is on a medium as Tamas goes off the circuit. Conrad Bowe makes a move, and it all starts to pile up further back here. Ivan Santa Maria, Leo Lund, all looking to follow through on that mistake there by Tamas Kokani in that first couple of corners.
Yeah, Tamas Kokani had a bit of a squiggle as well, which weren't ideal, and that really allowed people to climb up as Dennis Lamrot trying to gain positions up into P13, so he's had a good start there. Good mixture of tyres here as well, with Caden Lott doing very well on those hard tyres. We've got Tamas trying to regain the position that he lost earlier on around the outside into the hairpin, and he makes the move stick up into 6th place. Of course, he's on the medium compounder tyres. We've got Dennis who's regained a position again. Rens Tomlinson has gained positions up the back as well, up into 15th. Leo Lund gains another position again after starting 10th. He's on a charge. He's up to 7th after passing Ivan on the back straight. So I wonder if he's running a low wing setup, Nathan.
Certainly could be the case, as I'm just looking back at the front here. Of course, Caden Lutz on the back of Angelo D'Ortenzio. Of course, we can see 1st and 2nd, 5th, 6th, 7th and 9th have gone on mediums. Everybody else on a set of the hard tyres. As further back, we have Alexander Kraft having a battle with Georgia and DHL in towards turn 3. Alexander gets a move, but also we do see here Bogdan Moldovan being overtaken by Rens Thomason, who of course didn't have a bit of a poor quali session, has run a little bit wide and has allowed Bogdan to go back up the inside in towards turn number 8 and retake 14th place. Into turn 8 they go, and Moldovan back into 14th as we head our way back down to the hairpin. Leo Lund looking for a move, trying to get past Tamas Kokani, but can't quite find it. And in the event of that, we also did see Tamas looking to stick his nose up the inside of Conrad Bowe, but couldn't quite find the overtake here. As we do see Leo Lund again on the attack. Is he close enough? No, he's not, but I'm sure, give it a lap or two, he'll be soon past Tamas Kokani.
Yeah, it's not going to take long at all because he will have the DRS. He will gain a lot of time on the straight here, especially in towards turn number 1, because there's many DRS straights that follow directly after each other. As Leo Lund trying to go around the outside of Tamas in towards turn 3, but couldn't quite do it. Through turn 4 they go for the 3rd time. Leo Lund, I think, is going to play the patient game and wait until we get past the hairpin and onto the back straight. But he's got another DRS section to do so, if he so chooses, and he's got plenty of battery to use too, so he can use it all he wants to stay within that DRS train. But I think he's got enough to stay in that DRS train regardless. It's all so tight. Takes that curb well. He's got a brilliant exit actually over Tamas, so I think he could get this move done early if he wants to, but a bit of contact made between the two of them. Goes down the inside in towards the hairpin, and they bang wheels once more between the two of them again. But here they go. Then who's going to get the DRS? It's really hard to hear. It is Leo Lund who gets the DRS, and he's going to potentially get past more cars as well. Caden Lutt, by the way, gets past the other Veloce Academy car of Angelo D'Ortenzio, and Caden Lutt is up into 2nd place.
Of course, a brilliant move there by Lutz to go up into 2nd place ahead of D'Ortenzio. And already we do see these hard tyres looking to be quite strong against the medium runners. Next up on the list for Dylan Warren will be Angelo D'Ortenzio, who's in 3rd place now. Of course, Dylan, you can see also quite close to the back of the Veloce Academy driver as we head our way in towards turn 6 and 7. Leo Lund as well further back, looking to try and close in and make moves. But yeah, already the hard tyres seem to be the stronger tyre. And we're only 4 laps into the Grand Prix. We do see Santa Maria closing in on his teammate Lewis Jones as they head their way through turns 8 and turn 9. Back down to the hairpin they go once again. Angelo could look for a possible move ahead of Caden Lutt again. He does go for the move up the inside. Caden has to hang it around the outside. Hasn't quite got the traction on the exit to keep up with Angelo. And for now, Angelo reclaims 2nd place. And the question is, though, can Caden fight it back into turn 13? No, he can't. But we do see Tamas Kokani here looking to get past Leo Lund around the outside into the chicane, and a bit of contact and a bit of damage for someone, I think. It might be Tamas Kokeny there with a bit of damage. If not, it might be Lewis Jones further back.
It was really hard to tell, but we'll probably see, as I think we could see Lewis Jones dropping just a teeny bit thus far, so it might be him. But Lewis can then play around Canada. It's an absolute nightmare, so I would rather you don't do that. But it seems to be quite minor. It doesn't look that weird. So I think he should be fine as they make their way towards turn 7 now.
Yeah, of course, there is damage on Lewis Jones' car. A big shame, but of course it isn't the end of the world at all for Lewis Jones. Has still got a long way to go in this Grand Prix. 30 laps still remaining, only a seventh of the way through. As Leo Lund yet again on the back of Tamas Kokeny, looking to try and find an overtake. This time takes the inside line in towards turn number 10. And we can see further ahead there, Dylan Warren looking to make a move. Can Leo Lund get the move done ahead of Tamas Kokeny? He certainly can. But they are going to run it side by side down towards turn number 13. And I think Leo Lund has got it done. Yes, he has. And further ahead, Angelo D'Ortenzio takes the lead. Keaton Lutt jumps into second place ahead of Jan Halliday. Then we did see as well Dylan Warren looking to try and find an overtake himself and jump up possibly into third.
Yeah, Dylan Warren, I think he's going to play the patient game, and he knows the tyres will be a favourable operating window when we get to the strategies, of course. I think for the medium tyres at least, they would go to around about lap 15 and then go on to the hards then. And then it'll be 5 laps later, so there's not much delta between when they could pit. So Dylan, I think I would say, is playing it smart going on the hards, because he's going to be on the mediums for a little bit longer. Yes, he will have to conserve a bit more, but that means he could just be on the race pace as it comes, and there could be safety cars, and he could be in a very good position compared to everybody else. And with it being potentially that could be a 2-stop race for some of these guys, this could mean anything. Luckily, no one's on the sauce, because I wouldn't go on the sauce because it lasts, I think, hardly any time at all, whereas the hards hardly nothing, about 1%. Medium's about 3%, so not much difference at all. As Caden Lutt, is he going to get past Angelo? Not quite. I think we're starting to see the people find a little bit into their rhythm now, but I think we're seeing a lot of people in the midfield once more. We're seeing Giovanni Kenneth and Lewis Jones going up for position, and I think we're starting to see, Nathan, Lewis Jones' damage coming to fruition, unfortunately, but he's trying to go up the right-hand side into past turn 2, through turn 3 and 4. Is he going to defend this one? Yes, he does. So Lewis Jones stays in 10th. Oh, we got our first 3-second time penalty for Lewis Jones.
Of course, you can see there, Giovanni, because of all that battling, has lost the 1-second gap to those ahead. So for now, has effectively created 2 races, because it's very difficult to get back within that 1 second once you lose it around a track like this. As we do see further ahead yet again, Tamas Kokeny looking to close in on Leo Lund, but of course has made a mistake, and now allows Ivan Santa Maria to possibly close in as we head our way down towards the hairpin again, and a move there by Leo Lund on Conrad Bohm. Didn't see that one coming, jumps up into P5. Does Leo Lund. As of course Conrad, he's going to keep dragging alongside him though as they head their way down towards turn 13. Keaton Lutt takes the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 7 of 35. And Leo Lund does get ahead of Conrad. A bit of contact, and that's Conrad Bohm into the barriers. And that's a DNF, and that's a safety car on lap 8 of 35. And TES have lost Conrad Bohm after a bit of contact. And then I think it was a tap from Tamas Kokeny initially.
Huge for TES in the championship. They were not that far behind Veloce, but even if Veloce get both cars in a decent points position, and with Leo Lund is looking possible, then TES will be in a spot of trouble. That's the issue, though, with that team. They have one driver, like Jan Halliday, that can fight near the front all the time. But there's just the other driver that struggles. But I don't think the incident was his fault. But it's not up to us, of course. It's down to the stewards. They're going to have a busy job tonight.
They certainly will. As, of course, all these on the mediums will pit onto a set of the hard tyres and take them to the end. But those on a hard set can't pit to a medium and take them to the end. So those at the back were probably going to go medium if they can.
Yeah.
But the issue is for people like Keaton and Dylan, that they're that far ahead. If they went for medium, they pit now, but they drop down. So it's interesting here. But definitely helps those on the medium tyre.
I think that's what I would have done if I was racing there. I would have I know safety cars are quite common, so I would have gone on the medium tyre, as Caden Lutt stays out, whereas the ones on the mediums, as you're saying, taking an opportunity to pit. It's only like 3 or 4 laps difference compared to the predicted pit strategy, so it's going to help them quite a bit. And for some teams, they're going to lose time for double stacking, but they'll probably lose a bit more time staying out because they're going to get already a lot of cars being caught up to the safety car. So Trisk on for EVE, Nathan, has gone on to SOS, which is surprising. Same with Jordan. So
well, EVE with some creative tactics.
2 stops, I'm thinking. Maybe you set up hards at the end if they got some spare, but I don't know.
I don't know. An odd one indeed, but we'll see if it can work out for them.
We're not the strategists.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not my job at all. But of course, a few of them going on to medium, so we go medium. We presume those who put it onto hards can go to the end, and those on the hards now will have to go into mediums later on.
Because you can't do medium, or hard. You're just not allowed in Formula 1. You will get disqualified. And interesting if people have gone for the harder option in terms of tyre allocation or balance. I think it would have been tough for me. But if I know there would have been more safety cars, maybe going for the balanced option would have been better. But the hards can last quite a bit of time around here. So maybe a double hard could work potentially for some drivers, but we don't know which drivers have picked what until we get to the very end of this race. It's unfortunate to lose Conrad from this race, but that's one less drivers for quite a lot of teams to worry about now. And could we see a first point scorer for Scenario 7, who is in 11th place right now?
Of course, as we do have Trisk and Elias and Jordan back in the pits again. So I'm not sure.
Now, Trisk is going on old hards.
Is he attempting to take those to the end?
Maybe. So is Jordan. I can tell they're doing the same strategy. I can tell they're in a part. I think pretty much everyone, I've probably got a Discord call that they're in chatting to each other. So they must communicate saying, right, go on to soft, then go on to the tyres that you were on. It's going to be a nightmare towards the end, though.
It will be for them. They're going to struggle a lot towards the end of the race, I think. They've got to hope that they can get to the end with these tyres, which they should do, but then again, 33 odd laps on a set of mediums, sorry, on a set of hards isn't the easiest to do.
No, even I've done a race around here, and the hards, even though they're a good tyre, after like 16 laps, they just fall off an edge of a cliff on the hard tyres. But there's some people that can take it longer. It does depend on your driving style. F124 rewards people that are smooth with their application. As the safety car, Nathan, is in this lap, so I'll hand it over to you.
It certainly is, and of course we do see everybody all bunched up together. Keaton Lutt controls the restart on lap 10 of 35, of course, going on to lap 11. Just over 20 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We'll see whose strategy is the favoured one. Of course, we've got old hards, we've got new mediums, new hards, all being used here at this moment. So we'll see what the best way to go is in this Grand Prix as we watch Keaton here. Of course, dragging them all the way up to the line, going as late as he can. We're going to go on board here with Ivan Santamaria in third, and we'll see how the top two get away. And let's see, when does Keaton choose to go?
Oh!
Still keeping it late, and of course you can see there nearly a bit of contact there, but we're gone. We're going in a poor reaction there. Yeah, by Dylan Moore on a poor restart as we head our way down to turn 1.
It was one of the McLarens that had damage.
Bogdan Moldovan.
Yes. Or it might have been Alexander. It was hard to tell. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so we have. Oh no, that's no safety car. It's just the graphic glitchy. But yeah, further back we do see Alexander Kraft making a move, going up into P12 ahead of Lewis Jones. Of course, looking to push on early. We have Kryzik ahead of his teammate Tamas Kokone. They head their way through. Further ahead, we have Bogdan Moldovan and Leo Lund having a battle, and Leo Lund has lost the 1 second gap already as we head our way into turn 8 and on. He's going to try and bring it back, which he has done as we head our way back down to turn 10 here. We've got Jan Halliday looking for a move on Dennis Langrock to jump up into P7, takes the inside line, gets a way better exit and moves up into 7th place. Of course, Jan Halliday went early, went off the mediums on the safety car, went onto a set hards, and now he's looking to try and press through and make those early moves as Angelo looks to follow through and get a move past Dennis Langrock.
Yep, he's got to get past the traffic, which I believe both one of the Veloce Academy drivers have done and Jan Halliday has done, but Leo Lunder's got to do it at some point because otherwise he's going to lose a chunk of time. We do see Alexander Kraft getting past Bogdan Moldovan, so I wonder if it was Bogdan Moldovan that's got a bit of damage, but I think it was a bit of minor damage for him. That safety car has definitely helped Alexander Kraft, but we know those mediums are not going to get to the end. So maybe he's going to go on to a set of hards later on, or maybe, because I can't remember what tire he started on. I think he definitely started on mediums, so he's got a lot of work to do to get those mediums to a good operating window, of course. But Caden Lutt's still leading on track. Jan Halliday still on net race lead, and he's still keeping it. Now, what is Leo going to do now in this hairpin? Is he going to try and go for the move now? Nope, he does not. It's got to be through this back straight, Nathan.
Yeah, he's got to try and find it soon, get past a couple of these cars, which were a bit slower due to their tyres being a lot more worn, as Conrad Bohm has left the session. Dylan Warren takes the lead of the Grand Prix as we head on to lap 13 of 35. Bit of a slide there for the TF10 driver in the Williams car as we head our way back down to turn number 1. As we do see further back, of course, Leo Lund closing in on the back of Dennis Langrock, but not close enough to make an overtake. We have scenario 7 as well, making a move. He gets ahead of Kreisitz and jumps up into P13 and wants to try and get back within a second of the top 12 trainers. Jan Halliday now on the back of Rens Thomason as they head their way in towards turn 6 and 7. You can see Jan already burning the battery, trying to get to the inside, but can't quite go alongside Rens Thomason, so sits behind for now and will look for it, possibly into the hairpin.
Yeah, the hairpin, I think that's where we see quite a few people eyeing out for a move, really. So this is going to be good. Look at this. He's going to try and go for the move round the outside. Couldn't quite make it work on this occasion, but I think he's going to have the DRS down this back straight. Has he got low straight line speed? Leo Lund does get past Dennis Langrock, so Veloce Academy cars will get to work together here. Caden Lutt does get past Dylan Warren in the background, so Caden Lutt leads on track at the moment. Angelo having a tough time, but Jan Halliday has got enough trouble of his own because he's got more traffic to get past on those hard tyres. Oh, a bit of wheel banging between Angelo and Jan Halliday. Jan Halliday shuts the door, but can Angelo get the move in towards turn 4? He thinks about it, but nope, he wants to be very, very patient in this next stage of the race. He knows he's going to get more slipstream if he stays behind Jan Halliday because he won't get held up by slower cars. He's getting a beautiful run through this back straight, so I think he's going to go for it. They both have DRS, but with the DRS train, it's just helping Jan Halliday just defend for his life right here. So surely the hairpin again is going to be Angelo's calling, but you never know. You can see Jan Halliday's running out of battery, I think. So this is Angelo's chance to pounce, really. We'll see what he does.
Of course, as we head our way back down the back straight into turn number 13 for the 14th time in this race, and yet again we do see a swap for the lead, and this time it's Dylan Warren passing Kidd. And look, we do have Jan closing in on the back of Rens Thomason, looking to try and open move back down to turn 1, and Jan, you can see burning the battery, going to the outside here of Rens, but has he got enough to try and force a move? A bit of contact into turn 1, and no way through there for Jan Halliday. Has to stay behind for now and keep in that P7 spot. Of course, further back we do have Angelo D'Ortenzio looking to make moves along with his teammate Leo Lund, of course, Veloce Academy, our championship leaders, as we go into round 4. Scenario 7 as well, picking up a penalty. That's going to be 3 seconds added to his race time for multiple track limit warnings. We do see further ahead Campbell Adams closing in on the back of Giovanni Kennis for FVR.
I have to say, Nathan, the ones who have stayed out on those hard tyres at the start, they're holding their own against the ones who have pitted. I mean, just because they haven't pitted yet, they're not giving up without a fight. As you can see, Campbell Adams and Rens Thomason trying to defend from Jan Halliday, and I think they're side by side working together there to stop Yang Halliday doing so. Caden Lutt and Dylan Warren are DRSing each other down the back straight. So I think we will see some switching moves very soon. Yang Halliday with the slipstream. There we go. He's got to get that move done, and he does. Very easy there. Up to 6th place.
Of course, the brilliant move there by Jan. Quite textbook for the test driver. So we do see further ahead there. Giovanni Kenny's going side by side with Ivan Santamaria for a moment, but they stay in single file. Ivan in 3rd, Giovanni in 4th as we head our way down towards turn 6 and 7 again. Of course, Halliday on the back of Thomason, looking to try and find a move into P5. Kokanee goes ahead of Lewis Jones further down for P18. Of course, nothing to do with any points for those guys. We do nearly head side by side there in towards turn 8. Of course, Jan Halliday looking for a move. Has to pull to the outside here to get past Renz Thomason. Has the outside line, has a door open for him as we head our way through. Of course, Renz being blocked off a little bit there by Giovanni. Jan Halliday goes through, moves up into P6. Then we do see further back there Leo Lund making a move ahead of Campbell Adams. Dylan Warren takes the lead of the race as we head our way into lap 17 of 35. Nearly at that halfway point, and Jan Halliday now closing in and making a move on Giovanni Kennis. Down to turn 1, goes into P4. And let's see what he can do next.
And I wonder if the weather is going to play a part as well, because we will see if any of the hard runners come into the pits in the next few laps. But there was a safety car, so they can stretch out a bit more, and that means their mediums will be a little bit more user-friendly for those drivers. So they're going to hope there's no safety car or no rain that affects the drivers, but it doesn't look like at the moment. Yang Halliday is going to get the move on Ivan in towards turn 8, which he does with ease. So Yang Halliday into a podium position on track at least. And then we have got, I think, the nearest car who's on 8 lap old tires is the 2 Veloce cars, Veloce Academy cars, and they're having a bit more trouble getting past the traffic. But Angelo is seeing we might have no problems. Maybe not, as we got Renz Thomason defending to the inside. Down the back straight, we've got Caden switching positions once more, but that is one position not gained for Angelo. He's still sitting back from Renz. Renz is holding his own out there. He's definitely showing that he's having a bit of fun on the PC platform as Angelo goes into 6th now. So eventually he gets past, but it took him a long time, and that would have cost him time because he probably would have got past quite a few other cars by now if he didn't get held up.
Certainly could have done, as we do see Angelo now on the back of Giovanni and heading into turn 6 and 7. Of course, we'll be looking to try and find a move and get ever closer to Jan Halliday, who soon will be looking to make a move on Dylan Warren as we head our way down towards turn 8 again. Of course, into the second chicane on this circuit. Well, yeah, second chicane on this third chicane on this circuit. Sorry. And let's see what Angelo can do here. Jan closing in on Dylan. Angelo closing in on Giovanni. And Leo Lund closing in on Renz Thomason in towards turn 10. Leo Lund goes up into P7. Gets ahead of the TF10 driver and now can try and focus on closing down on Giovanni, just like his teammates doing here as we head our way down to the final couple of corners. And we could have a double move here in towards turn 13 and 14. Caden Lutt here being overtaken by Jan Halliday. Halliday hits the wall. Santa Maria goes into the pit lane, and that was a scary moment there for Caden Lutt and Jan Halliday. I don't think Caden saw Jan coming as they went into turn 13, and that could certainly have ended up in a really bad way for Tess and for FVR.
That would have been bad for TS, especially because they only have one car and they have all the hope and faith of Yang Halliday as Lewis Jones picked up another penalty added to his name. But it could have been a bit more of a disaster, but I think Yang Halliday just opened the door a little bit more just to make sure there was no contact between the pair of them. So good respect for now, but of course these three know there's still a long way of this race still to go. They are lucky that the next car behind Caden Lutt is Giovanni Kennis, and we know he's going to help his teammate quite a lot. But Angelo does get past the FVR car and up into 4th. Surely he's going to get past Caden Lutt, but I know Caden Lutt's going to give him a tough time. We also got the battle for the lead on track as Jan Halliday takes the lead from Dylan Warren. So Jan Halliday is your net race leader and the on-track race leader. Oh, there's another banging wheels once more. Caden Lutt is not giving up without a fight, isn't he?
He certainly is not, of course. Had a bit of a slide heading into turn 13. Well, heading out of turn 13 and lost him a lot of time. Down that straight into turn 1. And, of course, Angelo gets a move, goes up into third place ahead of Keegan Lutt, and then Giovanni Kennis. His teammate sits behind, goes wide at turn 3 and 4. Leo Lund goes through. Renz Thomason looking to make a move as well. And also Campbell Adams looking to go through here on the FVR car. Made a big mistake and certainly has cost him time. And also on the back of those guys is Alexander Kraft, looking to possibly try and go through as well and make a move. Giovanno's got the outside. And we have Campbell on the inside as they head their way into turn 8 and 9. Giovanni gets a penalty. And of course, that's going to drop him further down the field, as we do see further ahead. Leo Lund making a move ahead of Keegan Lutt and jumps up into P4.
Yep, so the top, pretty much apart from Dylan Warren, the top 4 are all on the tyres that they pitted on when the safety car got called, which gives them hope for the likes of Kryzik, who is in 9th place for now, as Dylan Warren is defending for his life on Leo Lund, as Keegan Lutt is in the pits, Campbell Evans is in the pits. We're starting to see the ones who were on those hard tyres at the start go on to the mediums, and that was a lap later than expected because, of course, we had that early safety car, which meant they were able to stretch those hard tyres for a little bit longer. But if you're the likes of Dylan Warren, maybe you think the mediums won't get to the end. There are some thoughts in the chat that mediums do puncture quite easily. So maybe Dylan thinks, no, maybe not now, but maybe in a few laps' time. But I know from experience the undercut is quite powerful around here for me.
Yeah, it certainly is. Around most tracks, the undercut is quite powerful. Of course, there's other tracks which favours the overcut. But yeah, I'm sure this track does love a bit of an undercut as we head our way back down to turn 10 again. Just watching here, Dylan Warren, of course, under pressure now from Leo Lund, as we head our way down towards turn 13 again. And Giovanni Kennis has had a mistake on the exit of turn 10. So I presume contact, but I'm not sure what's happened there to Giovanni Kennis. But surely that's him out of the running for points here.
Ah, what a shame for FVR. Of course, quite a few races where they score quite a few points, but maybe he's going to have to come in. Yes, he has to come in. His tyres are pretty much gone anyway, but he's going to have to serve a bit more time if he's lost some time like that. So he comes in. Has he got damage? It's just a tyre change, so he got very lucky there.
Certainly did. Giovanni Kennis, of course, not getting any damage, luckily. We'll continue on, but we'll drop to the rear of the field by a decent chunk as well. Of course, is running up with Campbell and Renz, and now he's around 5 seconds behind them. So a big shame there for Giovanni Kennis, of course, carrying a penalty too. No points, I don't think, will be scored for him at all this evening, as we are looking a little bit further afield. Let's have a look here at Jan Halliday in the lead, of course, pitting under the safety car from a medium to a hard tyre. We will presume are looking to go to the end along with Angelo, Leo Lund and Kryzik. But the question is, can they do it? That is the question. It's going to be very close at the end. Whether the tyres are going to be in puncture territory, possibly. I'm not 100% sure if they will be. Of course, we'll see.
It hardly loses any uses anywhere anyway.
Okay.
It's the ideal tyre for around about 20 laps or so. After that, it gets a bit hairy at times, but they should manage it. I don't think the hards will puncture as long as you don't overdo it. And there's going to be drivers that are going to be on fresher medium, wanting to get the job done. They know they can last quite a bit of a distance. We've got Scenario 7 who's on the hards that can throw a spanner in the works too. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how those pit stops remaining are going to shake up, because Alexander Kraft, as we got, I think, Leo Lund trying to get past Dylan Warren, which he does. His teammate of Leo Lund trying to do the same thing, but that's allowing young Halliday to extend his gap a little bit. No, Scenario 7.
Yeah, another penalty there for the IRT driver. But, of course, looking at the gap to leader here, we can see that Ivan Santamaria, of course, on newer medium tyres, 4-lap old, is 15.1 seconds behind Jan Halliday, who is our net race leader. So it's going to be quite, well, it depends how quick the gap comes down. I mean, we got, what, 11 laps to go, 15 seconds. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough here. I just feel like, obviously, with that safety car coming in early, those on the mediums were just in a favoured position. It's a shame, but of course, anything can happen. We don't know. More safety cars could come into the equation. People can have incidents, punctures as well for some of those. So, yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens in these next few laps and just see how quickly that gap starts to come down here. As we, of course, look a little bit further ahead. Leo Lund looking to get past Dylan Warren next. Of course, it hasn't been Leo Lund's best race, has it? He's,
No,
he's always been a little bit behind Angelo.
Yeah, even though Veloce Academy are second and fourth, they used to be either second or third, first and second. But with one and TS car out of the pitch, they're still going to lead quite a bit anyway. So they should be fine, but they could have gained more points. And we know that the championship could turn on its head in the final few races. So every point counts for both Veloce Academy and TES as we head towards the latter stages of this race. Dylan is opted to pit now, and we know who those means will definitely get to the end for the TF10 driver.
Yeah, and DVE now turning into a blockade of green as we head our way down to turn one. Ivan Santamaria looked for a move, couldn't make it work.
Nope.
As Tamas Kokony gets a penalty for ABS, and Ivan looking to make a move ahead of Jordan. Oh, this is going to be close into turn three and turn four. And that was silly there by Jordan. And that costs Ivan Santamaria some positions. Rins Thomason gets a penalty in the process. And also we do see both TTM cars move up into P11 and P12. And Caden Lutt jump up into the top 10 as we head our way back down to turn 8 and 9. Rens Thomason gets ahead of Jordan. And now Caden Lutt's turn to try and get past the
10-second
EVE
penalty
cars.
for Rens. Corner cutting, gaining one place.
That should be removed, I reckon.
Yeah,
I can't
think
see why
so.
that'd be kept.
But yeah, because he tried to move out of the way, for goodness sake. I think I've seen in most leagues, actually, that their penalties like that get removed. So I think as long as he has his race director, I'm sure he'll be fine. As Caden does get past Jordan, Dennis Langrock does the same. So TTM could be on for some more points in the Race to Glory series, which will be very impressive for them.
Yep, they certainly could be. And of course, we've had a decent start to the season. Further ahead, though, we do have some possible moves. Yeah, Keaton and Renz going through on Trisk. Dennis Langrock as well, looking to try and find a move and get up into P9 ahead of Trisk as well. Of course, very old ties here for EVE. I don't think they'd even get to the end on those. 33, 35 laps on a tie-up. That's surely not going to happen for this team. As we do see Dennis Langrock looking to try and find a move. And Ivan Santamaria has been doomed, and he's stuck behind the back of Jordan here as they head their way down to turn 9. And Ivan finally dispatches the EVE car and goes up into P12. And then we can see here Dennis looking to try and find a move ahead of Trisk.
Yep, we are seeing a lot of moves being made in the midfield. Dylan Warren trying to climb up the pack as well. We've got to change for the lead. 3 wide into the chicane. That may not work, but those 3 have proven that it does ever so slightly. One of them did have to back off, but we do have Veloce Academy 1-3 right now on lap 27 of 35. How do they not make contact and go into a wall? I don't know. It just shows the amount of respect that those 3 drivers have. That almost made me jump, Nathan.
It was a close one indeed. It was a very scary moment there between our top 3 in the race. Of course, it's VA versus Jan pretty much here at the moment. And Jan Halliday there backing off, allowing Angelo to kind of pull away a bit here. But this is allowing Leland to possibly make a move into turn 8. You can see there, Jan having to go deep into the corner, goes back into second place. And this battle is going to get scrappy. It's going to get messy between Tess and VA. Let's see here. Does Leolund make a send? Of course he does. In towards turn 10. Why wouldn't he? As we head our way back down towards turn 13 again. Jan Halliday finds a better exit. Of course, slipstream will be applied by Leolund's teammate, but Jan just slots back into second place and looks to try and claim, or at least keep second. We go 3-1 again in towards turn 13, and Jan Halliday takes the lead. A brilliant move there by the TES driver, but Angelo will look to fight back instantly down to turn 1.
This is absolutely sensational driving between these 3. I'm amazed at what they could do. I think we're going to see the same lap after lap after lap. It's going to be like DRS chicken, who you don't want to be leading in the final lap. Let's just say that, because I think young Holiday will probably be thinking that in his mind now. But look at the gap that Angelo is pulling. Veloce Academy are pulling off a blinder in this race so far. You can see young Holiday is struggling ever so slightly. He's almost out of DRS. So unless young Holiday could just burn some of that battery, which he has hardly any battery, he would be in a spot of bother otherwise. So I think Leo could just wait for the hairpin. He is going to wait, fair enough. So we'll stay on board with Leo Lund for the time being. Leo Lund has hardly used any battery. So he's in a perfect position right now. He's going to burn, baby, burn those ERS batteries. As I like to have a bit of a pun there. As we can see, 3 wide once more. No, they back off. Angelo keeps the lead away from young Harley. Krytik up to 4th. Fair play to Alexander Kraft for trying to get those tyres to the end. As we got a lead towards turn number 1. Young Holiday to the left-hand side, and young Holiday takes the lead once more again. Leo Lund, could he get second place from his teammate? No. I don't think they're going to fight too much. It is a team's championship, remember, not a driver's championship. Dylan Warren, by the way, up to 8th position.
Yeah, brilliant there by Dylan Warren. Up into 8th, of course, on the newest tyres out of everybody. On track at the moment, of course, left it very late before making a pit stop, and with 6 laps to go, a lot of work has to be done here by Dylan. But of course, with the rate these guys at the top are having their battles, it's easy for those guys behind to close in. Jan Helde is in the leading spot ahead of Angelo and Leo. But of course, both VA cars can try and time these perfectly and make a move down towards turn 13 to go back into a 1-2 position. As Jan still holds the lead. This is going to be messy now for the next 6 laps of this Grand Prix. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay here in the chat because the top 3 aren't going to mess around at all as we head our way back down to 13 again. Angelo is content on just sitting behind Jan for now, but could look for a move, possibly down to turn 1.
Dylan Warren down the inside, once again up to 7th place, and this is showing what Veloce does best. Yes, one of their drivers might not have the best of qualifying, but in some situations, it doesn't matter. If you have the pace to keep it clean for the first half of the race, which Leo Lund did, you can fight for wins if everyone else makes mistakes. He has the pace. He's followed what Angelo has done for the past 5 or 6 laps now, so he can follow his lines. They're both doing such a great job. Young Halliday is doing well to defend from these two. It's like a 2 versus 1. So if any of those 3 drivers come out and take the win today, it would be probably very, very impressive for either of them. Don't forget, TES Racing, 2 race wins to their name. Veloce Academy 1. If Veloce wins today, it will be 2 for 2 in the race wins battle. Of course, it is 2 for 2 in the pole position battle because TES got pole earlier on. So we could have 2-2 all round at the end of this one. But you never know what can happen.
We certainly could there, as we can see Jan Herde hit on the brakes early in towards turn 13, keeping the lead still ahead of Angelo D'Ortenzio, who's content on staying behind still. On lap 31, the gap for Dylan Warren to Jan is now 6 seconds. It was a lot more than that earlier on, we can assure you, as we head our way in towards turn 3 and 4 in this first sector. And Dylan Warren could easily be on for a P4 here, I think, getting ahead of Elias, Alexander and Kryzik. And you just start to think, what could this race have been for IRT? Because Elias has had some brilliant pace so far in this race. As you can see, Jan Halliday lifting early into turn 8, and that just brings that gap down. That's what Dylan Warren wants. He wants these guys to fight, because look at the gap now, Jess. 4.9, 4.8. That gap's flying down here. As we do see again a send by Angelo to try and get past Jan Halliday. I think does get the initial move, but Jan's got a bit of a better exit. But the question is, who gets DRS? And I think both of the VA cars do. Yes, they do. Both Veloci Academies have the DRS and should easily find a move past Jan Halliday. Jan has to try and hang it around the outside into turn 13 to get past Leo Lund, but can't quite do so. And has now got to sit behind and try and get past them again.
Dylan Warren getting past Krytik. He got past Alexander Kraft 1 lap ago. Campbell Adams following suit as well. So the ones who have been on those meetings for most of this race are starting to realise that was the wrong decision. So Dylan Warren 2.9
Angelo!
Angelo penalty! That's podium gone.
3 seconds.
That's podium
gone. Ruined. Yeah, that's ruined his ruined his chance of a top 2. Of course, he'll drop down to third for now, but of course, Dylan Warren can still bring that gap down.
He is pushing. He is pushing every lap, and maybe Dylan's engineer has probably told Dylan that, hey, your rival has got a time penalty. Push, push, push to keep within that window. You can see, I think, Caden trying to get past Alexander Kraft. Renz does get past Elias Sutherland. At the moment, IRC just missed out on points for now. We do have 3 laps to go of this one. It was shaping up to be a great battle for the win, but now Angelo's got a penalty. But that things can happen. You could keep it clean without any penalties for the entire race, but when it counts, boom, you get a penalty.
Certainly, and Jan's got to try and get past Leo as soon as possible here. Of course, that is the battle for the win now. Leo Lund versus Jan Halliday. But of course, Leo Lund's got that helping hand of DRS, which obviously Jan also has, but of course, that just nullifies the effect of DRS here for Lee Stupin, as they both have it at the same time. As we head our way again, down towards turn 8, Jan's on the battery, looking to burn it, looking to try and get past, but no, backs out. Heading into turn 8. And of course, he's just looking for the right time to get past Leo Lund. Has got a decent exit out of turn 9. Looking to go to the outside here at turn number 10 to get past Leo Lund. As we head our way into the corner. Brilliant there by Jan. Leo's got a better exit. Jan has to try and just get on the power quickly. And they head side by side again. Jan and Leo side by side down towards turn 13. And we'll see who can make the move, who gets into second place. You can see there, Angelo trying to block off Jan. Jan gets damaged. His end plate is gone on the right-hand side, and that has ruined Jan's chance to try to fight for P2 into turn 13. Can he make a move into turn 4? Into turn 1 is a question. No, he can't. He has to stay behind. And well, Jan is probably going to be finishing second here because Dylan Warren is within 3 seconds.
He's gained a lot of time. He's gained a lot of time, Dylan Warren. That's probably music to Dylan's ears. But with 1.5 laps to go, Dylan could still potentially win this race because he's not that far ahead behind this DRS train. Same with Campbell Adams as well. TTM could be on for their best result of the series thus far, but I'm almost certain that even if for a minor bit of damage, Nathan, we will see some steward incidents come into effect. But Dylan Warren is, I think, 3/10 within this train. I think we could see a three-way fight for the win with Angelo not getting a penalty, unfortunately. But without that damage, Dylan wouldn't be up there. Or would he have been? We'll have to wait and see. But we're about to start the final lap. Who's going to get the podium spots? Well, it's anyone's game now after what happened the last lap.
It certainly is as we head our way through the final corner, down to turn 1 again. Jan's got nothing to do here in terms of looking to pose a threat on Leo Lund because of that damage he's got on his car. He's got nowhere near the pace he had before. Of course, he can easily stick with Leo Lund, but can't ever get close enough to try and close up and make a move. And then, of course, we can see there Dylan Warren in 4th place is nearly within a second here. He could also pose a late threat here in this one. He's within a second of the top 3. A brilliant strategy here by TF10 and Dylan Warren. And if they start battling now, Dylan Warren's got a chance to close in. He's not got that much battery, though. That's going to hinder him here on the final lap of the race. Of course, Angelo leads away, but has that penalty and will drop him down to 4th place here in this Grand Prix. So we head our way back down to turn 10 again. Let's see if any last-minute moves can be made. Even Dylan Warren could try to get involved here and possibly make a move past Jan Halliday. As we, of course, have the DRS open one more time in this race. Battery's going to be burnt. People are going to be looking to try and make whatever sense they can. Can Jan Halliday get close enough to Leo Lund? No, he can't. As we head our way into the final corner for one last time, it will be Angelo D'Ortenzio that takes the win, but he drops down because of penalty, so that means Leo Lund wins the Canadian Grand Prix ahead of Jan Halliday, and Dylan Warren jumps up into 3rd place for TF10 after a very, very good strategy. And of course, VA, first race with it having both drivers in the top 3.
History has broken, the traditions have broken. And it happened in this race, and fair play. We thought that the strategy may not work for Dylan, but it worked brilliantly, and it was a smart one. We know that the hards can last a fortune around here, and with a high-caliber driver that he is, he was able to pit a bit later, and pretty much overtake after overtake after overtake. Plenty of drivers have performed so well in this race, managing to make those tyres last until the cows come home. Well done to Alexander Kraft, by the way, for starting at the back of the grid. Same with Kreisig and Dennis Landrop. They're managing to get points for their team, and that is always great news. I know those three teams have got points anyway, but for Alexander Kraft's first race in so long, bravo, a job well done for him. I'll let you go through the results.
Certainly is. Of course, we can see that it's Leo Lund that takes the win ahead of Jan Harday and Dylan Warren in third. And of course, Angelo D'Ortenzio in the top four with Campbell Adams ready to get the top five here at Canada. And then it'll be Keita Nutt in P6, Dennis Langrock finishing in seventh, Kreisig 8th, Alexander Kraft 9th, and Ivan Santamaria in P10. Then we have Elias Savalainen, Renz Thomason, Bogdan Moldovan, Giovanni Kenny Trisky, Scenario 7, Jordan DHL, Tamish Coakley, and Lewis Jones. Ready to get the field, and of course we did lose Conrad Bowe on lap, I think it was lap 7 of the race after that collision in the final couple of corners. But there we have it. Our race has come to an end, and we'll see if any of our top 3 fancy an interview.